On his way back from Kolkata, Saurabh had bought an expensive remote-controlled toy car for his son. Sitting in the back seat of the moving car, he was looking at it. He asked his driver, Raju, "What do you think, will my son like the toy?" Raju, while driving, glanced at him through the rearview mirror and said, "Of course he will like it, sir. Why are you so worried?" Saurabh let out a long sigh and said, "Actually, in the last 5 years, while building this huge clothing business with my partner Sayan, I have been so busy that I hardly gave any time to my son and wife. Now I clearly feel that my son has grown distant from me. He barely even talks to me properly." "These things happen in families, sir," Raju replied. "Once he gets the toy, you'll see, he'll forget everything." "I hope so. I really hope so." Joy Ramakrishna, a common Bengali exclamation invoking Ramakrishna. As usual, Saurabh started thinking about his business again. He and Sayan owned 4 big clothing stores in Bankura town and employed about 16 people whose families depended on them. He had gone to Kolkata to finalize a deal for cheap fabric remnants from a businessman there. For the past few months, Saurabh had been giving more work to Sayan so that he himself could spend more time with his family. Sayan was still unmarried, so he probably wouldn't understand Saurabh's problem. Lost in these thoughts, Saurabh stared blankly out the window, watching cars zoom past as they overtook them at full speed. They had already entered Bankura.
Suddenly, a heavy 10-wheeler truck came up on their right and violently slammed into their car. Saurabh's car lost control, veered off the road and crashed hard into a thick tree. They were going very fast, so the impact was severe. The windshield and side windows shattered with a loud crash. As soon as the car stopped, Saurabh realized he had been hit hard on the head. Blood was flowing from his forehead and the right side of his head. Raju was slumped, unconscious over the steering wheel. The truck stopped for a moment, then started its engine again and drove away. Exhausted, Saurabh weakly touched Raju's back and shook him, then lost consciousness and collapsed onto the back seat. When he regained consciousness, he found himself lying on a hospital bed in a room in Bankura. A nurse was standing beside the bed writing something on a clipboard. A saline drip was hanging from his stand and connected to his left hand through a tube. Seeing that he was awake, the nurse said, "I'll be right back," and went out to call the doctor. Saurabh touched his head and felt that his entire head was wrapped in bandages. Suddenly, a sharp pain started in his head. He clutched his head with both hands and writhed in agony. A little later, the doctor came and said, "Don't be afraid. You met with an accident yesterday. You have bleeding inside your brain hemorrhage. In this condition, headache is normal. I'm giving you painkillers. You will feel better after taking them." Bearing the pain, Saurabh asked, "Doctor, my driver, Raju?" The doctor sighed deeply and said, "Raju died on the spot. You would have died too if some boys on the street hadn't brought you to the hospital on their bikes. We informed your family using the business card in your wallet. They should be here any moment." Then he handed 2 tablets and a glass of water. "Take these. The pain will go down."
Saurabh took the medicine and lay back on the bed. After the doctor and nurse left, while lying there, Saurabh noticed something very strange. He could hear whispering voices all around him. People seemed to be talking everywhere. Even when he covered his ears, the sounds didn't stop. The voices felt like they were inside his mind. He couldn't understand anything. This had never happened before. Was it because of the head injury? Saurabh found no answer. About 15 minutes later, Saurabh's wife, Kamala, and their 6-year-old son, Jojo, entered the room. Sayan and the nurse came in behind them. Kamala gently placed her hand on Saurabh's and said softly, "God saved you. If you had died, I don't know what would have happened to us." Suddenly, inside his mind, Saurabh clearly heard a man's voice. "You escaped this time, you bastard. Next time, you won't." The voice sounded exactly like Sayan's. When Saurabh looked toward him, he was shocked to see Sayan staring at him with what seemed like jealous, hateful eyes. But the moment their eyes met, Sayan's expression instantly changed to one of deep concern. Sayan said worriedly, "Get well soon, partner. We still have a lot of work left."
Just work and more work, Kamala snapped, turning angrily towards Sayan. Can't you see he's sick? Stop talking about business. Right then, Saurav heard Kamala's voice inside his head. Sorry, darling. I didn't mean to shout at you. I am only acting like this because I have to. Sorry. He even saw some quick images in his mind, but neither Kamala's nor Sayan's lips had moved at all. How was he hearing their voices? Confused and silent, Saurav just lay there. Then he heard the sound of a small child crying. He looked at Jojo and saw his son standing quietly, biting his lip. Saurav had always told Jojo, boys don't cry, be strong. So Jojo was holding back his tears. But Jojo wasn't actually crying out loud. Whose crying was he hearing? Shocked and terrified, Saurav pressed both hands to his head and let out a loud groan of pain. The nurse quickly said to the others, "He needs rest. Please go outside." Before leaving, Saurav caught Jojo's little hand and whispered weakly, "I brought a toy car for you. You would have loved it so much." "Come on, Jojo, let Daddy rest," Kamala said, picking Jojo up and carrying him out. Just before stepping out, Sayan glanced back at Saurav. His lips didn't move, but Saurav clearly heard Sayan's voice in his head. "You survived the accident, but very soon you'll be dead, partner. It's only a matter of time." As soon as they left the room, the nurse gave Saurav an injection, and he immediately fell into a deep sleep.
Saurabh had studied from class 5 to class 10 at the Ramakrishna mission in Ramharipur. He considered Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa his own god. In his sleep, he found himself standing in the beautiful flower garden of the Ramharipur mission. Flowers of every size and color were all around him. The air was filled with their sweet smell. When he touched his head, there was no bandage and the terrible pain was gone. Amazed, he started walking. Leaving the garden, he reached the front of the temple. As a student, he had played the tabla here countless times during evening prayers. He entered the temple and saw the tabla and harmonium placed ready as always. On one side were the framed photographs of Sri Ramakrishna, Mother Sarada, and Swami Vivekananda. He knelt down and touched the tabla. At that very moment, a divine male voice came from in front of him. "Your danger is not over yet, Saurabh. You must run. Come to me right now." When Saurabh looked ahead, a blinding bright light was pouring out from the photograph of Sri Ramakrishna. The light was so strong that he had to cover his eyes with his hands. When he opened his eyes again, he was back on the hospital bed in Bankura, his head wrapped in bandages. It had only been a dream. He looked toward the window and saw that evening had already fallen. Suddenly, the same nurse entered the room. Through half-open eyes, Saurabh saw she was holding a syringe filled with yellow liquid. She pushed the liquid into the saline bag that was connected to his hand. Her lips didn't move, but Saurabh clearly heard her voice inside his head. "Who knows what will happen for just 20,000 rupees? I should have asked that man outside for at least 50,000 to kill someone." The moment the yellow liquid mixed with the saline and started flowing toward his vein, Saurabh jerked his hand away and pulled the needle out. "What are you doing?" the nurse shouted. "Lie down, you're sick. Why did you remove the drip?" She tried to grab him, but Saurabh pushed her hard, jumped out of bed, snatched his mobile phone and wallet from the side table, ran out of the room and locked the door from outside. His head throbbed with terrible pain, but he didn't stop for a second. Running and bumping into people, he rushed out of the hospital. On the road, he jumped in front of a moving taxi and forced it to stop. "Take me away from here, please," he gasped. "Hey, I almost hit you. Do you want to die?" "Where do you want to go?" the driver asked. Breathing heavily, Saurabh said, "Ramharipur Ramakrishna mission, right now." "That's very far. 600 rupees if I go alone." "I'll pay everything. Just drive fast." Saurabh opened the door quickly and jumped into the back seat. The moment the driver started the car, Saurabh saw Sayan running out of the hospital. Seeing Saurabh escaping in the taxi, Sayan pulled out his phone and started calling someone. By then, the taxi had already sped away. While the car was moving, Saurabh heard the driver's voice in his head, even though the driver's lips weren't moving. "Just got married. Don't know how late I'll be tonight. But what can I do? I have to earn money for the house too." Suddenly, Saurabh asked, "You got married recently, right?" The driver looked shocked. "How did you know, sir? It's only been 15 days. Do you know me?" "No, I don't," Saurabh said with a small smile. "I don't need to know anyone anymore." "But sir, are you in some kind of danger? You are running away from the hospital and you still have bandages on your head." "What answer can I give you? Even I don't believe the truth myself, brother." A little later, a young couple standing on the roadside waved for the taxi to stop. The driver was about to pass them, but Saurabh told him to pick them up and said he would still pay the full 600 rupees. So the driver stopped and let the couple in. The moment they sat beside Saurabh, he knew they were boyfriend and girlfriend. They sat very close to each other and started whispering. While they talked softly, Saurabh could clearly hear the boy's thoughts, even though the boy's lips never moved for those words. By now, Saurabh had understood that he could hear people's real thoughts. How it was happening, he himself didn't know. The boy was thinking, "It's gotten so late. The moment I reach home, I have to call Trishna, otherwise she'll be angry. When she's angry, she won't let me touch her when we meet. She's already sent so many messages on WhatsApp. And if she ever finds out I was out with Ria today, I'm finished." "Who is Trishna?" Saurabh suddenly asked, turning to the girl. "Your name is Ria, right? Do you know anyone called Trishna?" The girl stared at him in shock. "Trishna is my boyfriend's other girlfriend. How do you know her name?" Saurabh looked straight at her and said, "Your boyfriend is cheating on you. The moment he gets home, he's going to call Trishna and sweet talk her." "What rubbish!" the boy shouted angrily. How do you have nothing better to do? How dare you say such things about me?" Saurabh ignored him and spoke only to the girl. "If you don't want to get hurt later, you need to find out about this boy and Trishna right now." Inside his head, the boy was panicking. "How does this man know about me and Trishna? There's no way he could know unless he saw my WhatsApp right now." The boy grabbed Saurabh's collar. "Stop lying. You're trying to break us up." "Oh, really?" Saurabh replied calmly. "Then show Ria your WhatsApp messages. Let the truth come out." "You scoundrel. Shut your mouth or I'll smash your face," the boy yelled. Ria thought for a second and said, "Show me your WhatsApp right now." The boy got nervous. "You're actually listening to this madman?" "I don't know who's mad," Ria said firmly. "Just show me the phone."
"How?" He kept making excuses. Finally, Ria told the driver to stop the car. As soon as it stopped, she jumped out and started walking away fast. The boy ran after her, begging and trying to calm her down. Saurabh wiped the blood from his nose. The boy had elbowed him hard and told the driver, "Let's go." The driver, completely stunned by what he had just seen, started the car again and asked, "Sir, how did you know what was on his phone?" Saurabh didn't answer. He just sat quietly with a small smile on his face. Within an hour and a half, the taxi reached the main gate of Ramharipur Ramakrishna mission. Saurabh paid the driver 600 rupees and walked inside. Evening Aarti was already over in the temple. 3 or 4 monks in dhoti and Punjabi, plus one gentleman in normal shirt and trousers, were sitting silently in meditation. Saurabh went straight to the photographs of Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sarda, and Swami Vivekananda, bowed down and sat in front of them. In his mind he prayed, "You told me to come here, Thakur. I have come. Please help me. Please protect me." After a few minutes, the gentleman in shirt and trousers came over, gently placed a hand on Saurabh's shoulder and whispered, "Are you all right? Your head is bandaged and your nose is bleeding. Can I help you?" Saurabh couldn't hold it in anymore and started crying. The man said softly, "My name is Abhijit Sarkar. I'm a psychiatrist. I can take you to my hospital. Please tell me clearly, what has happened to you?" Saurabh looked at Sri Ramakrishna's photograph and thought, "Yes, this is exactly what I needed. A psychiatrist. Thakur has really helped me." Walking out of the temple with Abhijit Babu, Saurabh said, "You won't believe me. I had an accident yesterday. My head was badly injured. Ever since then, I can hear what people are thinking." Abhijit Babu smiled gently. "That's just your mind playing tricks. You're having auditory hallucinations. Because of the head injury, some schizophrenic symptoms have appeared. In our language, we call it thought broadcasting." Saurabh cut him short. "If it's all in my head, then how did I know that you yourself studied at this very mission? While you were meditating, you were remembering old mission incidents. I heard everything." "It's natural to guess," Abhijit Babu replied. "You saw me meditating here on a Sunday and assumed I was a former student." "Fine, forget that," Saurabh said.
Just think of any incident from your time here. Something you remember most clearly. Abhijit Babu paused for a second to recall, and before he could say anything, Saurav spoke. Shall I tell you what you're thinking? You are remembering how, when you were a student here, you and your friends got caught smoking bidis during school hours. The headmaster Maharaj threatened to expel you and issue a transfer certificate. Abhijit Babu's eyes widened. How on earth do you know that? Saurabh went on to describe 2 or 3 more private memories from Abhijit Babu's mind, leaving him speechless. Finally, in complete amazement, Abhijit Babu said, "This is incredible. You're actually reading my exact thoughts. You really can hear what's inside people's heads." Saurabh gave a nervous laugh. Abhijit Babu continued, "The human brain is a mysterious thing. We still don't know all the powers hidden inside it. It seems your brain injury has unlocked the ability to hear others' thoughts, a gift that even great sadhus achieve only after years of intense meditation. You're a very rare case. I want to study you. Please come with me to my hospital in Durgapur. You need medical care anyway." Silently saying Jai Ramakrishna in his heart, Saurabh climbed into Abhijit Babu's Bolero. As they drove out of the mission gate, Saurabh said, "Now I understand. My business partner Sayan planned the accident. He wants to kill me and take the entire business for himself. He's a complete traitor. He'll try again." "Do your family members know where you are?" Abhijit Babu asked. Saurabh answered sadly, "My family means my wife and my son Jojo. It's not just thoughts I hear now, I also see some flashes of people's memories. In my wife's memories, I've seen intimate scenes between her and Sayan. She's having an affair with him. The 2 of them are betraying me together. They're trying to kill me." Tears rolled down Saurabh's cheeks. Sobbing, he added, "But my little boy, when he saw me like this, he was crying inside. He doesn't say it out loud, but he still loves me. Don't cry, please. Control yourself. Everything will be all right." Abhijit Babu comforted him. At that moment, Saurav spotted the same taxi he had taken to the mission. It was parked on the roadside. Another Maruti car was stopped in front of it. The taxi driver was standing outside, and a tall, broad, goon-like man stood facing him. Under the taxi's interior light, the driver saw Saurav sitting beside Abhijit Babu, pointed at him and told the goon, "There he is." Instantly, the goon jumped into the Maruti and started chasing them. "Speed up! He's definitely come to kill me, on science orders! Faster!" Saurav shouted in panic. Abhijit Babu shifted gears and floored the accelerator. The Bolero raced forward at full speed, but the Maruti kept chasing. After a while, the Bolero pulled far ahead. Seeing he was losing ground, the goon stuck his hand out of the window and fired 4 or 5 shots with a pistol. One bullet hit the Bolero's rear tire. The car went out of control, skidded off the road, rolled down into a low paddy field, and flipped over several times before coming to a stop, upside down, wheels in the air. Neither of them had worn seat belts. Both were badly injured and lay trapped inside the overturned car. Whispering weakly, Saurabh kept repeating, "Jai Ramakrishna, Jai Ramakrishna." Their overturned car lay in a dry paddy field beside a lonely village road in Ramharipur. Abhijit Babu was slowly trying to crawl out when the Maruti screeched to a halt on the road. The goon stepped down and walked towards the field. In the moonlight, Saurabh instantly recognized him. This was the same man who had driven the 10-wheeler truck and rammed them the day before. The goon came to the other side of the car, knelt on beside Saurabh, looked straight at him and said, "Saurabh Babu, I have to kill you. It's my job. May God give peace to your soul." He raised his pistol. Saurabh shouted, "I know exactly why you're doing this. Just now you were thinking about your 10 or 12-year-old daughter. I saw the memory. She has cancer and is in some hospital." The goon froze. How do you know that?"
I know you need a lot of money," Saurav continued quickly. "You're thinking about the money Sayan gave you, only 20,000 rupees. That won't even begin to cover your daughter's treatment. I will pay for everything, I promise. Please don't kill us." Stunned, the goon slowly lowered the gun. "It's impossible for you to know all this. How?" "I can hear people's thoughts. I know deep inside you're not a bad man. You're only doing this because you're desperate for money. Trust me, I will pay for your daughter's treatment. Please spare our lives." "If you're lying, I'll shoot you right here," the goon warned. "I'm not lying. Come with me to my house. I'll give you 2 lakh rupees right now. That will start her treatment. Trust me, you're not a bad person. Please help us." After a long pause, the goon pulled both Saurav and Abhijit Babu out of the wrecked car, put them in his Maruti, and drove straight to Bankura. At Saurav's house, his wife was not home. Only little Jojo was sitting alone, playing with toys. Saurav went inside, took out his checkbook, and wrote a check for 2 lakh rupees and handed it to the man. Tears of joy filled the goon's eyes. He folded his hands and bowed in gratitude. Saurav asked his name and said, "Barun, if you go to the police and tell them Sion paid you to kill me, I'll give you a proper job under me." "But what if the police lock me up? I've never killed anyone before, only 2 small thefts." Saurav placed a hand on his shoulder. "I know you're telling the truth. I'll get you released, I promise. First, let's go to the hospital where your daughter is. Abhijit Babu and I need medical help too." They drove to Hardik Hospital in Bankura, where Barun's daughter was admitted. Saurav wrote another check to clear all her pending bills and told Barun, "Keep the 2 lakh. Use it for her studies later." Barun fell at Saurav's feet, crying and thanking him. After the hospital doctors bandaged their wounds and gave them painkillers, Saurav took Barun straight to Bankura police station. There, Barun played the recorded phone calls from Sion and surrendered himself, handing over his pistol. The police, along with Saurav, immediately went to Sion's house. They found Sion and Kamala together and arrested both of them. Barun was released on the spot because of Saurav's statement and the evidence. Finally, Saurav returned home and sat beside his son Jojo. At once, he heard the familiar sound of quiet crying inside Jojo's mind.
He gently said, "Boys can cry too, Jojo. You're allowed to cry." Jojo burst into tears. Saurabh pulled him close and hugged him tightly. Father and son held each other and cried together. With eyes closed, Saurabh whispered, "Jai Ram Krishna, Jai Ram Krishna."